Previously, on Valmorra''s Shadows. My cousin Darin vanished 6 months ago, leaving behind a mysterious bronze box containing fragments of a pirate treasure map. Following his trail through the northern cliffs, Clara and I discovered an ancient tunnel system filled with deadly traps. We found Darin's hidden campsite in an underground cave, where he'd been studying strange symbols behind a waterfall. His final message, carved desperately into stone, revealed he'd been captured by the Meridian Order, a shadowy organization pursuing the same treasure. The bronze box contained a second hidden compartment with a map showing the interior of something called Mara's Sanctuary, connected to Mara Vex, one of Captain Calderon's lieutenants. But now the Order's agents were closing in, and Darin's warning echoed in my mind. They're watching the family. We barely escaped through a narrow passage as professional pursuit teams searched the cave behind us. The hunt for Valmorra''s treasure had become a desperate race against time. The old maritime archive building stood like a forgotten monument on Harbor Street, its weathered brick facade barely visible between two modern glass office towers. Clara and I had spent the morning warning my mother and getting her to safety at my sister Lyra's place before coming here. If Darin was right about Calderon's treasure being knowledge rather than gold, then the answers we needed were buried somewhere in these dusty historical records. Mrs. Hendricks, the elderly archivist, peered at us over her wire-rimmed glasses as we signed the visitor log. Pirate research again, Mr. Vale. This is the 3rd time this month someone's been asking about Captain Calderon. My blood chilled. Someone else was here. 2 gentlemen in expensive suits. Very polite, but they had an intensity about them. Asked, specifically, about shipping manifests from the 1680s and any documents mentioning Valmorra. She lowered her voice conspiratorially. Between you and me, I don't think they were university researchers like they claimed. The Meridian Order had been here first. They were working the same leads we were, probably with better resources, and definitely with fewer scruples. Did you show them anything? Clara asked. Oh no, dear. Those particular documents are kept in the restricted section. Requires special authorization. She smiled. But for a Vale family member, I might make an exception. Your grandfather Silas was such a help to us over the years. 20 minutes later, we sat in a cramped reading room surrounded by boxes of centuries-old maritime records. The smell of old paper and leather bindings filled the air as I carefully opened the first file. Most of the documents were routine: cargo manifest, port authority records, tax collection notices. But then Clara found something that made her gasp. Arden, look at this. She held up a faded letter bearing an official seal from the Royal Navy. Dated 1687, it was a report from Captain Thomas Whitmore to the Admiralty in London. Pursued the vessel of one Rafe Calderon into uncharted waters south of the Carolinas. Upon approach to what appeared to be a natural harbor, we observed structures of considerable size and sophistication. The pirate settlement, which natives called Valmorra, appeared to house upwards of 2,000 souls. Most disturbing was evidence of fortifications and what appeared to be a functioning shipyard. This is no mere pirate camp, but a colony with the infrastructure to threaten legitimate commerce throughout the region. Request immediate reinforcement. I stared at the document, my hands trembling slightly. This is it. Proof that Valmorra actually existed. But Clara had found something even more significant in the next folder. A detailed map drawn by the same Captain Whitmore, showing the coastline, and marking the location of the pirate settlement. Most importantly, scattered throughout the map were small symbols, anchors, compass roses, and those 3 interlocking circles that had become so familiar. "These symbols," I whispered, comparing them to my sketches from Darin's cave. "They're identical." Clara traced the pattern with her finger. "But look at this. They're not random. They form a sequence along the coastline." She was right. The symbols followed a specific pattern northward from Valmorra''s location, each one carefully placed near geographic features. Coves, river mouths, prominent headlands. It was like a treasure map hidden in plain sight within an official naval document. Calderon was marking safe houses, I realized. Escape routes from Valmorra to the mainland. And this... I pointed to a cluster of symbols near what is now the North Carolina coast. "This matches the location of those cliffs, where we found the tunnel system." Suddenly, Mrs. Hendricks appeared in the doorway, her face pale. "Mr. Vale, I think you need to leave. Now." "What's wrong?" "Those men from yesterday, they're back, and they brought friends. They're asking specifically for you by name." Her voice dropped to an urgent whisper. "They have some kind of court order. I tried to stall them, but they're heading back here." Clara was already gathering the documents. "Can we copy these?" "No time," I said, pulling out my phone and photographing the map and letter as quickly as possible. "We need another exit." Mrs. Hendricks nodded toward a service door. "Fire stairs lead to the alley behind the building. But Mr. Vale, be careful. Whatever you're involved in, it's bigger than historical research." We slipped through the service door just as voices echoed from the main corridor. Professional, clipped tones giving orders about securing the building and checking all exits. These weren't researchers or even private investigators. They moved and spoke like military or intelligence operatives. In the alley behind the building, Clara checked her phone. "I've got the photos uploaded to a secure server. Even if they confiscate our equipment, the information is safe." I studied the images on my phone screen, my mind racing. The pattern continues beyond what Whitmore mapped. If we follow the sequence of symbols northward, it leads to the location on Mara Vex's map, Clara finished. The sanctuary. We hurried toward our car, parked 3 blocks away. Behind us, I could see black SUVs surrounding the archive building. The Meridian Order wasn't just pursuing us anymore. They were actively hunting us. As we drove through the city, I couldn't stop thinking about Captain Whitmore's report. Valmorra hadn't been just a pirate base. It had been a functioning colony, complete with infrastructure, population, and organized defenses. Whatever treasure Calderon had accumulated there, it was significant enough to support an entire settlement for years. But more importantly, the symbols proved that Calderon had planned for Valmorra''s eventual fall. He'd created an escape network, a series of safe houses and hidden caches leading away from the colony. And somewhere along that route, he'd hidden the real prize. "Where to now?" Clara asked, navigating through afternoon traffic. I looked at the symbol pattern again, then at the modern map on my phone. North, following Calderon's trail. But first, we need to decode what Mara Vex was guarding. The pieces were finally coming together. Valmorra was real. Calderon's treasure network existed. And somewhere ahead of us, following a 300-year-old trail of symbols, lay the answers to my cousin's disappearance, and the secret the Meridian Order was willing to kill for. The shadows of the past were leading us toward a confrontation with very present dangers.